Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clarity English Podcast. I'm Emma, and this is where we practice real, everyday English in a relaxed and friendly way.
And I'm Mike. We're so glad you're here with us today, ready to improve your English step by step.
Before we begin, Mike, tell me, how's your day going so far? Busy, calm, or somewhere in between?
I'd say busy but good. I woke up, checked a few messages, made some strong coffee, and started working right away.
I like that. And notice something. You explained your morning naturally without stopping to think about grammar rules.
That's true. I didn't plan my sentences, I just spoke about what happened.
And that's exactly where many English learners get stuck. They think too much and then nothing comes out.
Yes, they try to be perfect, but real communication isn't about perfection. It's about expressing your ideas clearly.
So today, we want you to relax and feel more confident with a very small but powerful word.
That word is will.
Let me ask you, Mike, when you hear will, what do you usually think about?
Honestly, I think about the future, like tomorrow, next week, or next year.
That's what most learners think, and it's not wrong, but will is actually a little more interesting than that.
Exactly. It's not just about the distant future, it's about making a decision now about the future.
I love that idea, making a decision now about the future.
For example, if I suddenly feel thirsty, I might say, I'll get some water. The choice happens in that moment.
Perfect example. You didn't plan it earlier, it was an instant decision.
That's why will is often used for decisions we make right now.
And it's also common in promises, right?
Absolutely. If I say, I will call you, it sounds serious and dependable.
Or I won't forget. That feels strong and confident.
We also use will when we offer to help someone.
Like, I'll help you with that, or I'll carry your bag.
Exactly. It sounds warm and supportive.
So let's summarize. We use will for future facts, quick decisions, promises, and offers.
And the important thing is, will is natural. Native speakers use it all the time.
Let's start with something very simple, future facts.
Okay, today is Sunday. Tomorrow will be Monday.
That's easy and stress-free. You're just stating what is going to happen.
Here's another example. I will work from home tomorrow.
Short, clear, and natural.
The structure is simple. Subject plus will plus base verb.
And the verb doesn't change. No extra endings.
Right. I will go, she will study, they will arrive.
The verb stays in its basic form every time.
That's why will is learner-friendly.
Now let's talk about quick decisions. Do you plan every decision in your life, Mike?
Not at all. Many decisions happen in the moment.
Exactly. Imagine you suddenly feel hungry.
I might say, I'll grab something to eat.
That wasn't planned, it was spontaneous.
Or if it gets cold, I could say, I'll close the window.
That's a reaction to the situation.
So remember, when you decide something right now, use will.
It keeps your English natural and smooth.
Now let's talk about promises, which are more emotional.
Imagine a friend says, I'm really worried about tomorrow.
You could answer, I'll be there for you.
That sounds supportive and sincere.
Because will shows commitment.
Another example, someone says, please don't forget.
You reply, I won't forget.
Short but powerful.
Yes, no long explanation needed.
Now let's look at offers. Imagine I'm carrying a heavy bag.
I'd say, I'll help you with that.
That sounds polite and friendly.
Or if your phone battery is low, I might say, I'll call you later.
Again, simple and helpful.
This is how will works in daily conversations.
Now, some learners ask about shall.
Yes, and here's the good news. You don't really need it for modern English.
Most people use will in everyday speech.
Shall sounds more formal or British in many cases.
For example, shall I open the window? Sounds polite, but less common.
So focus on will. It's modern and widely used.
Let's talk about common mistakes.
First, don't overthink. Just speak naturally.
Second, remember the structure, will plus base verb.
Not will goes or will going, just the base form.
Another mistake is worrying too much about will versus going to.
Yes, but in real conversation, context usually makes your meaning clear.
So don't freeze because you're afraid of choosing the wrong one. Communication is more important than perfect grammar.
Now it's practice time.
Finish this sentence. Tomorrow I will.
Say it out loud, even if you're listening alone.
Try another one. I will help.
Or I will learn.
I'll start. I will read for 20 minutes tonight.
Nice one. I will prepare tomorrow's lesson after this recording.
See? Simple sentences are powerful.
The more you use will, the more natural it becomes.
And don't worry about mistakes. They're part of learning.
Let's review the key ideas.
Will is simple. Subject plus will plus base verb.
We use it for future facts,
For quick decisions made in the moment,
for promises that show commitment.
and for friendly offers to help.
You don't need complicated grammar to use it correctly.
And you don't need shall to sound fluent.
Practice one sentence with will every day.
Little by little, your confidence will grow.
That's the power of simple, consistent practice.
Thanks for spending time with us today.
Keep speaking, keep practicing, and stay confident.
We'll see you in the next episode of Clarity English Podcast. Bye, everyone.